So today's video is all about the financial mechanics of business. As somebody who went to business school, as somebody who studied finance, these are things that I have been inundated with my entire career. But I realized that a lot of people want to start businesses, they don't necessarily have that foundation. And I want to make sure that you have this information because financial management is such a key part of business. And I notice this a lot, particularly with creatives and people who are not in business or financy, accounting, lawyer fields, where they are not taught the same things about money and finances as somebody who goes to business school. And I just think that is a huge, it should not be that way. So the purpose of this video is to give you an overview of all of the financial terms that you'll need to know and just the key mechanics of what goes into running a business from the financial side. Even if you're in a creative field, even if you've never taken a business class in your life, even if, numbers are scary, I want you to still have the tools that you need broken down into just bite-sized pieces so that you know exactly what you need in order to help your business run successfully from the numbers side. My name is Olivia and I am the founder here at Lavi Rèv. We're a consultancy that specializes in strategic planning, giving Black and brown women the tools they need to build their dreams. If you are new here, I have an entire decades-long career working in banking, financial services, strategic communications across New York, Paris, and Hong Kong. And I've started my own firm because I really want to make sure that women who look like me, my communities, have access to the same type of information. The first concept is financial planning and budgeting. You need to have a budget for your business. Just like you would for yourself, for your day-to-day monthly expenses, you need to be able to have the same for your business. And even if you aren't making money yet, even if you're still in the brainstorming, planning, coming up with a business plan, you need to have a model or a guesstimate or really just a plan of how you would spend money every single month. And it doesn't have to be exact. Say, you're gonna make $100 a week or something. How would you spend that $100? What portion of that would go to paying people? What portion of that would go towards taxes? Have a rough idea of how much it's going to cost you to run your business and what a realistic budget would look like. Having a business budget is so necessary in the beginning because, again, it gives you an idea of what your cash flow will be, what do you need to generate every month in order to, make money. This is going to give you a really good idea of how much money you'll need to bring in every single month to not only cover expenses, taxes, any other payments that you have for your business, but also if you can afford to pay yourself, invest back in the business. This is a really key indicator of if your business is going to be viable or not. So setting up a business budget in the beginning is absolutely key. Step one, do not pass go. You need to do this before you continue to do anything else. This is also going to be very important if you are looking for investors. Not everybody needs that. Not every business needs investors. Not every single business needs to have VC funding or a loan from a bank, but no matter what, you're going to have money or resources or energy or time that you're going to put into your business. You want to make sure that you are getting the most out of everything that you put into it and not wasting it. A budget is absolutely 100% necessary for that. The second concept is financial statements. I think sometimes, not even sometimes, all the time, people in the finance world overcomplicate things. They have all these words to make things sound bigger than they are, but there are 3 financial statements that are kind of key, and basically they just let you know how healthy your business is and how your business is running. The first one is the balance sheet. Second one, income statement. Third one, statement of cash flow. These overall assess how your business is performing, how much money you have coming in, where your money is going. Yes, you have money coming in, but is it going out just as quickly? These 3 statements are kind of your go-to sources to see is my business actually performing well? And I'm going to do a dedicated video on how to read each of these statements coming up, just so you can understand, okay, what do I need to know from this statement? What do I need to know from that statement? What do I need to know from this? Those are the top 3 statements that most banks will look at, that investors are going to look at, that you really need to kind of just get familiar with and increase your financial literacy. I would absolutely recommend looking at Investopedia. It's a really great resource if you're just a newbie to finance or you're just not as familiar with financial terms and you want to, learn a little bit more. That would be a great place to start. I am going to do 3 dedicated videos on that, but knowing those 3 statements will help make your business life so much easier. The next concept is revenue and cash management. This is something that I think a lot of people don't necessarily think about in the beginning, but before you even start a business, you really need to understand, what is your revenue model? How do you make money? That's essentially what it's asking. How do you make money? Are you gonna have a free app, but you'll have advertising on it? So the advertising, that's your revenue model. Are you gonna have a subscription service? Are you gonna be a marketplace? Are you gonna sell direct to consumer? Are you gonna sell business to business. There are so many different types of revenue models, structures, ways to make money, ways to monetize things. It really makes sense in the beginning to explore which ones work for you. I know that today it seems like social media and being like a TikToker, Instagram influencer is, so amazing and so fun and such a great way to make money, but there are so many other ways to make money as well. And it's really important to explore those options early so that you get an idea of what actually works for you. Maybe you don't need a brick and mortar store for the type of work that you want to do in your business. Maybe an online store would be better. Maybe a subscription service is a great model for you because you have a loyal client base. Or maybe a free app is great, and because you'll be able to get a lot of advertising money out of it because of your monthly users. These are all sort of things that you want to analyze, think about, consider before you start. So researching revenue models and structures and how you manage income and how you make money, absolutely key. Another key point to just remember when thinking about revenue structures and cash management is how to optimize revenue. Yeah, it's amazing if you bring in, $1,000, but if you immediately have $1,000 going out as well, then you're left with nothing. So thinking about that in the beginning, understanding how that's going to impact the profitability of your business, that's going to impact the amount of taxes you pay, it's going to impact how much money you actually see. Those are things that you always want to consider upfront. The next concept is going to be cash flow management. Understanding cash inflows and cash outflows will allow you to be able to forecast where you're going to be in the next, 4 to 6 quarters. That's typically, most banks will look that far out. This is a really key indicator of just your overall business operations. It gives you kind of just a better understanding of day-to-day what your business operating costs are, but also just the sustainability and the longevity of your business, and making sure that you have healthy flows, that you have a structure where money comes in, you're able to pay your expenses, taxes, employees, invest money back into the business, and then money can still go out, and there's no kind of blockers. And I think looking at this and understanding this concept early will help you to see if there is an issue. If you're like, oh, okay, we're definitely overpaying in this area because we can't keep up with the expenses for the next month, that's an area where that you could dig a little deeper, do some more research. The whole entire point of all of this, again, it's to be strategic, it's to understand and see issues before they arise. I know that this can be really tedious as somebody, like if you're not somebody who cares about numbers or is used to looking at financial statements, but it's really important, especially if you are going to be running your own business, to just get in the habit of looking at these things, because once it becomes a habit, you'll notice really quickly when something is off or when something seems out of whack, or if you're like, actually no, these numbers look a bit off. It really is just giving you another layer of just analysis for your business to help you to do better. So understanding cash flow, how to manage that, how to spot issues, that is absolutely a key just aspect of the mechanics of a business. Up next would be financing. This is a big one that I feel like is always trendy. There are so many different ways to finance a business, and I think if you know how you want to set up the structure for financing your business in the beginning, it just makes it so much easier when you're trying to grow and scale your business. So do you want to do equity financing? Do you want to find investors and venture capitalists to come and sell portions of that's essentially what you're doing when you get financing through equity. You sell stakes of your business to ownership to other people for cash now. So say you sell half of your business to an investor. Once you start making money, generating profit, they own half of the business. You could also do debt financing. That's another option that a lot of people use. You can go to the bank, submit a proposal for your business, and they could give you a loan for however much you need. And then as you make money, over time, you pay that money back. You could also do crowdsourcing. That's another popular one these days, especially if you have an idea that maybe doesn't require, that much capital or like millions of dollars or something. You could easily start a crowdsourcing account like online. There's so many businesses that do that now, where you could just raise the money directly from the public and not even have to worry about traditional financing options. All of these are amazing things. You could even do it yourself if you come up with a savings plan to figure out exactly how you can start small to grow. Understanding these in the beginning will help you so much because you'll be able to choose whatever is right for you. For example, if you know for a fact that you want to be a small business, you don't necessarily want to be the next, Google or Meta or Alphabet, then maybe you don't need VC funding. Maybe if you're not trying to ever sell your business, then it doesn't make sense to ever go into VC funding, because at the end of the day, if you go into VC funding, you're selling your business. That's the whole entire point of it, so maybe that option wouldn't work. Understanding financing is key to just be able to scale and grow your business in a way that is fulfilling to you. You need to be able to choose a financing option that aligns with the long-term goals that you have for yourself, your business, where you see this going, if you want this to be a sustainable source of like revenue and income for your family for generations. Understanding financing and what's right for you is key. The last concept I would say is just understanding financial analysis and just performance measures. So how liquid is your business? What's your ROI? Understanding terms like this and understanding if your business is profitable, those are all things that you want to kind of gain financial literacy on before you start a business. You need to be able to tell if your business is doing how your business is doing. You need to just be able to analyze financials in a quick and easy way for you. So understanding, again, how to read a balance sheet, understanding if you have too many liabilities and not enough assets, understanding if you have a cash flow problem or if you haven't saved for taxes. Those are all things that you want to kind of slowly start to build your IQ on now in the beginning. If you haven't started a business, if you do have a business, again, it's just going to set you up to have a more sustainable business as you go along. You need to be able to see how you're doing. I think that's another issue that I see a lot with my clients, where they'll come to me and they'll have this amazing business, things are growing, things are booming, but they don't know how to track what's going on. They have no idea. And again, that's a great problem to have. You know, you've started something, it's growing, it's there, but taking the time to pause and say, okay, I need to understand what is the actual return that I'm making every month? Am I actually making money every month just because I have more sales, or am I losing money every month because I'm overpaying on packaging? I don't know. Those are the kinds of things that I see a lot, but understanding how to analyze your financials and just your overall performance and health of your business is key, because it's really, really tied to your financials. So I hope this is helpful. I know this is super high level, kind of just like a rundown of all the concepts that I know that I talk about all the time in my life and my business, but understanding just financial management and getting interested in it will only help to make your business more sustainable and stronger in the long run. You really need to understand the basics of financial management in order to have a really strong business that's sustainable. That I don't want you to be discouraged and think, oh, numbers aren't for me, it's too much. No, they absolutely are, and it takes time. And that's the point of having consultants or people like me who work in finance. You can hire people for things that you don't necessarily understand to teach you what you need to know. For example, I have an amazing accountant. I don't like necessarily the accountant side. I love numbers and the finance side, but I absolutely could not ever do the accounting side. I have an accountant for that. Same with a lawyer. I know I'm going to need a lawyer. I'm always going to need help on that side. Great. So knowing also when to ask for help is key in business as well, because you don't have to do everything yourself. There is so much knowledge out there. That's one of the reasons I enjoy YouTube so much. I've learned so much on YouTube just from learning from creators and other people who are in different fields than me. So I hope that this is helpful to you as well. If you want to learn more about Lavi Rèv, the work that we're doing, working together, having a consultation, I will leave all of the link to that in the description box. I know this is very much just touching the surface of, the financial mechanics of running a business, but I hope it does give you some inspiration or just some, an outline of where to start when trying to analyze your financial position. My goal really is to just give you the tools that you need to have a successful business. And a huge part of that is understanding the finances. It is understanding the numbers. And I just don't want you to run away, especially I feel like sometimes because again, I work in a field, in an industry that is a lot of men. There are not a lot of women in the industry that I work in, particularly on the side of things that I'm in. And it shouldn't be that way. I don't want it to be like, oh yeah, no, women aren't on this side of things. They're more on the marketing fun side. I just think that is so sexist and wrong. So I want every woman who has their own business to have this information so that you can be a numbers person too. And I think even if you aren't a numbers person, at least you know which type of questions to ask. You know, like, okay, can I see the balance sheet? Can I see the income statement? What is the return on my investment looking like? What are the cash flows like? So at least you're armed with enough knowledge to be able to go in the right direction. That truly is my goal, because I want you to be set up for success, whatever you decide to do in your business. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.